Frying, stir-frying, stewing and deep frying. The Chinese people's favorite cooking techniques. Can't be done without oil. The heat of over 200 degrees Celsius unleashes the unique aroma of the oil. China is the world's largest oil consumer. The fragrant oil weaves flavor and aroma into our life. People's taste preferences stem from their childhood memories and hometown flavors. On the vast land of China, the cooking oil presents prominent regional traits. In the map of oil crops, soybeans dominate northeast China, while peanuts lead North China. The exotic flaxseed is mainly grown in northwest China, while oil tea is planted in the Jiangnan hilly regions. It's oilseed rape that's grown in the Yangtze River areas. It shows strong adaptability to diverse regions and soils. Its annual planting in China tops 100 million mu, producing more than 5 million tons of oil. That's half of the domestic oilseed crushing yield. Dongtai in Jiangsu, located in the east of Jianghuai Plain, is the traditional region for planting oilseed rape. Even the scattered fields in the village, and the groves along the roadside, are all dotted with oilseed rapes.
Once the oilseed rape reaches about 80% ripeness, we'll harvest it ourselves and let it dry for 3 or 4 days before threshing it, if the weather permits it.
Li Gongtong plants 1 mu of oilseed rape, which can produce 75 kilograms of oil.
We make oil ourselves and share it with our relatives and friends.
Dongtai's soil and climate are ideal for oilseed rape cultivation. Not only farmers but also large farms are planting oilseed rape. Over 100,000 mu of oilseed rape is planted per year. This is also highly regarded by experts as a prime region for new variety breeding.
Zhang.
Hi Mr. Cheng.
Long time no see.
A few freeze injuries happened in the early stage, when the lowest temperature was -9 degrees. It wasn't warm in the flowering phase.
Look at this, it's firm.
Quite some seeds. A siliqui contains 26 or 27 seeds.
Zhang's 200 mu of oilseed rape is the newest variety, developed through 10 years of research by Cheng Xiaohui and his team. It stands out for its high density tolerance.
Currently, the density of the oilseed rape is between 15,000 and 20,000 per mu. But as to this variety, the planting density can be 30,000 to 40,000 per mu. Its unit production can be increased through the group. We're here to check the water content and 1,000 seed weight of the rapeseed.
Sure, I'll fetch some from the barn.
Its water content may be 20% or so. 1,000 seed weight is 3.8 grams. It's still affected by the freeze injury. Maturity looks good.
The ripeness is okay.
By estimate, even though the freeze injury earlier this year, the new variety's performance still looks good. This variety's yield per mu in the demonstration field was once 323 kilograms, 2.3 times of the national average yield per mu. If Zhang plants this variety across 2,000 mu of his land, he gets 60,000 kilograms more and earns 360,000 yuan. Since the big farmers can earn more money, it's not hard to convince them. Yet, how much do ordinary farmers demand for a new cultivar? Oil mill is the place to learn about their planting intent.
What's the yield per mu?
It's about 180 kilograms to 200 kilograms.
180 kilos to 200 kilos, pretty good.
It's okay.
Now, we have a new variety. Would you like to plant it on your land?
Productive with a high oil yield.
Right.
The cost is small. Then we'll gain more profits.
By contrast, Cheng's new cultivar can exhibit a yield increase of 120 kilograms per mu. It should be quite appealing to ordinary farmers. Although farmers want to plant it, it takes too much time and effort to promote it among 330,000 farmers in the city. To expand the growing area quickly, they must go another way.
As the Yangtze River and the Yellow River flow into the ocean, the sand, from there, upstreams, converge to this direction.
And pile up here.
About 10,000 mu of mudflats is increased per year.
The increasing salty mudflats are the precious land Cheng picks. One of oilseed rape's traits is saline alkaline tolerance.
As long as the root is white, the plant's vitality is strong.
The presence of saltwort indicates the mudflats here can be improved and worthy of reclamation.
Now, only 50 million mu of the saline alkali soil in China is planted with oilseed rape. The oilseed rape cultivation area in China is usually 105 million mu or so. It means we need to expand it by more than 50%.
Cheng believes, in the near future, these mudflats will be covered with golden oilseed rape. Flowers bloom and fall. As they fall, they'll bear fruits. This is groundnut, also known as what we call peanut. Growing underground, it looks plain, but provides nutrients for people. It can be eaten raw, used in cooking and pressed into oil. It's a longevity fruit that brings a sense of happiness.
Look, this year's peanuts are really nice. Here are over 50 fruits. Too plump to be cracked.
Peanut is an important oil crop in China, boasting abundant sunshine. Shandong Peninsula grows premium peanuts.
Previously, half a kilogram of peanuts produced 0.2 kilograms of oil. This year they can produce 0.25 kilograms of oil.
The Shandong peanuts have been famous since ancient times. They've long been pressed for oil. Ancient oil extraction techniques have existed for centuries. 6 core steps are passed down.
Qingdao County, a fine growing region, plump peanuts, ranked the top.
Select the premium peanuts. Roast them while preserving the pure aroma. Press them with proper strength. Acquire the first extraction. Filter it out finely. Restore the oil in dark place at low temperatures. The ancient peanut oil extraction techniques was added to Shandong's intangible cultural heritage list. The peanut oil extracted this way has a unique aroma. It's still the most unforgettable smell of childhood in many consumers' memories. Can modern factories preserve the flavor of the ancient peanut oil extraction? Having been engaged in peanut oil production, Yi Wei has been seeking the answer.
Still a bit too high, right?
Yes. The new peanuts are rich in water content now.
Judging from the section surface.
They're not very thoroughly roasted.
Maybe we still need to adjust the roasting parameters.
Roasting is the first hurdle Yi faced. This wok machine is 2.7 meters high and 6 meters long. It can't be stopped once it starts. The peanuts need to be roasted for 40 minutes. It takes 1 hour to roast 1,000 kilograms of peanuts. It's not easy to make sure every peanut is roasted to the perfect degree. Roasting is the key to the aroma. Different roasting degrees determine the peanut oil's flavor.
We gotta make the peanuts as dry as possible.
E and his team spent 1 year collecting thousands of sets of data and finalized the critical parameters for peanut roasting, like temperature, speed, and flowing volume.
Our wok is accurately controlled through PLC, relatively reducing the temperature fluctuations.
In the 108-meter-long workshop, the wok is on one side and the oil maker on the other side. How to make a traditional flavor out of the roasted peanuts. After repeated testing of 8 different machines, this small oil crusher is chosen. The big wok is replaced with a small one.
What's the discharge temperature for peanut oil cake?
It has to be 110 to 120 degrees Celsius.
In the invisible interior, as the thread space between 2 worm sections is narrowing, the press is going up. The peanuts are carried forward by the worm sections. Just like wringing clothes, the oil is squeezed out. The ancient extraction flavor is well presented.
The oil produced also has a good flavor. Eventually, the traditional wooden extraction is replaced.
A good flavor takes time. It takes a longer time to acquire a drop of fine oil. The newly extracted peanut oil smells aromatic, but also contains many impurities. The layer upon layer filter isn't included in the traditional techniques. The extracted peanut oil has to go through 234 filtering layers and be rid of the visible black dregs, intangible phospholipids and wax, before finally turning crystalline. Over 100 aromatic substances are identified in peanut oil. Using different raw materials and adopting different techniques, it will show different aromas. This is also the flavor secret of peanut oil. It took the modern factory 3 years to produce peanut oil using the ancient extraction method. Today, to satisfy consumers' preferences, they've also developed peanut oil of multiple flavors and aromas. The mellow peanut oil, well inclusive. Goes perfectly with various materials. It's the flavoring agent for South and North cuisines. Peanut oil consumption accounts for 10% of the cooking oil's total consumption. The stable production of over 3 million tons ensures the cooking oil's safety in China. In recent years, China has consumed about 40 million tons of cooking oil per year, 40% of which is soybean oil. China is the world's largest soybean consumer, importing around 100 million tons annually. The experts have been working on how to make the Chinese soybeans play a more important role.
During pollination, we have to get up earlier than 4 a.m. every day. Today we'll pollinate these flowers, with these as the male parent.
Soybeans bloom in mid-July. This is the crucial period for artificial pollination. For Li Yanhua, a breeder, this is also her busiest time of the year.
Soybeans have a short bloom, mainly in the morning. In the afternoon or other periods, the female opens too wide, then the pollination can't be done.
The soybean flower has stamens and pistils. Once it comes to flower, the self-pollination will be done, so the artificial pollination must be done before that.
This is the male parent for hybridization. Now I'll take its pistil. The pollen will be used. I'll clean this first. Oh no, it's a bit too tender. But it's fine as long as the stigma is shown. We can't touch the stigma. This way the flower is pollinated.
In this season, Li plans to conduct 400 hybrid combination tests, involving the pollination of 30,000 flowers. Even starting from early morning, every worker can only finish 200 flowers per day. And it must be done in a flowering period of over half a month. The breeding base is located in the black soil core area on Songnan Plain. Black soil rich in organic matter and key minerals ensures a good environment for soybeans growth. This is an important production area for good soybeans, which gains the attention of agricultural experts.
Now right before you are the breeding resources of the base.
Li has been engaged in soybean breeding for over 30 years. She has cultivated 21 new cultivars, whose maximum yield per mu is 300 kilograms. The soybean oil content and protein content both reach the international level.
High protein ones go in the protein mix. 4 high oil ones, I'll do the high oil combination.
Over 500 hybrid combination test materials, each contain important genetic information.
I've labeled every portion of soybeans so that I can track their sources. The quality, traits, and quantity are all marked here too.
Even with the help of advanced technologies, it'll take at least 8 years to cultivate a new cultivar.
If my baby is born now, the new variety won't work until my kid goes to primary school. The hybrid combination can't be used until 8 years later. It's already fast. It's a long process.
For years, the new varieties cultivated by Li have been employed on over 50 million mu of land, increasing production by over 1 billion kilograms, and augmenting the farmer's income by over 4 billion yuan. She's also hailed as Lady Gold Soybean.
I've set the following goals. We'll gather all the advantages of soybean genes and the resistance of wild soybeans to form the best soybean. So, I'm confident to create the best soybean.
The small soybean entails myriad flavors. The Chinese soybean has shown for thousands of years. It was once a staple of the 5 crops, and can also transform into tofu. It's a crucial source of plant protein for Chinese people. Soybeans are also made into soybean sauce, offering the signature finishing flavor to Chinese dishes. Adding this sole seasoning makes the food appealing and fragrant. The secret to a fresh flavor is the amino acid transformed by the soybean proteins. The soybeans in northeast China are the best, which are the premium option for making soybean sauce.
After 3,000 kilometers, I've finally got here.
Liang Yuanqing is from a brewing company in Guangdong. His job is to find the best soybeans. He's called Soybean Seeker. Songnan Plain boasts rich black soil and little pollution, where the soybeans are high-yielding and good quality. That is why Liang picked this place. As wind blows through the pods, a ringing sound comes.
The straws and pods are already dry when they collide. A ringing sound will be generated.
They've already rung. Moisture's about 13 to 14%, right?
Try cracking a bean and find out how it is. How about that? It splits cleanly.
Yes.
It proves that the soybeans are ready to harvest.
During each key growth stage, Liang will shuttle among various farms. The quantity of soybeans purchased per year is huge. Some of them will be stored in the processing factory.
This vertical silo is now the biggest in diameter in China.
The vertical silo's diameter is 36 meters. It can hold 20,000 tons of soybeans, equal to the yield of 80,000 mu of land. To ensure the soybeans' freshness, the temperature in the silo is kept minus a dozen degrees Celsius. Dryness and low temperature can lower the soybeans' vitality, slow down the breakdown of nutrients like protein, and ensure the quality of the brewed soybean sauce for 1 year. For soybeans sent to processing, the inspector must take samples in 12 spots for exam. The indicator Liang cares about most is protein. The higher the content, the richer and more nutritious the soybean sauce. The test result shows the protein content meets the company's standard. Unlike traditional buyers, Liang has to acquire the first-line information, analyze it, and report the result to his boss. This will determine the company's yearly purchase plan. Only the soybeans that have passed multiple strict quality tests are qualified to be shipped out. Taking the train, ship, car. They arrive in Guangdong 3 weeks later. Here, the carefully selected Northeast China soybeans still need to pass over 200 tests. Through microbial action and sun exposure, they transform into a rich, flavorful sauce that enhances home cooking. In the west of China, a European tree has taken root. The trees stand closely on the hill. The leaves have a waxy gloss. The olive oil recently sought after in the market comes from the fruits in the trees. In August, the olive fruits fill the branches. Yang Zishan invited an Italian chef, Fei Sifan, to his olive farm.
It smells of olive.
It's juicy. It feels oily.
Right, smell it.
It smells quite good.
Yang has grown olives for over 20 years. His farm spans 2,500 mu, containing over 10,000 olive trees. Fei Sifan has been a Western chef for 30 years, having been in China for over 20 years. He's been searching for the best olive oil. Yang brought him the olive oil that has won an international golden award. For Fei Sifan, the most direct way to judge the olive oil's quality is to try it.
It's the taste of my home.
It smells so good. Fantastic.
The olive oil's quality is already great.
It still needs improvement.
The olive oil's oleic acid content exceeds 70%. This is a monounsaturated fatty acid good for health. It's usually believed that the olive from Mediterranean coastal areas is the best. Fei Sifan didn't expect China's olive could be so excellent. He didn't know. The olive industry in China had started 60 years ago. In the old town 30 kilometers from the farm, there are 3 special trees.
In 1964, China introduced 10,000 olive trees from Albania. Premier Zhou Enlai planted the first olive tree at Heiko Forest Farm in Kunming, marking the development of the Chinese olive industry. The 3 old trees in Jianchong were also planted in that era.
The 60-year-old olive trees are verdant and straight. But the olive industry has developed rapidly over the past 20 years. The olive used for making oil is different from the olive we usually eat as a fruit. They're just similar in shape. In 2002, Zhang noticed the rapid growth of olive oil consumption. As an agricultural major, he decided to try planting olives and make the olive trees take root in China. He had someone bring 30 olive saplings of 6 varieties from Greece. Xichang is warm and dry with abundant sunshine, very suitable for the growth of olive trees.
Now many fine varieties are carefully selected and bred from this forest through cultivation. We cut many saplings. Now they're promoted across China. So, we call this forest as Merit Forest. This tree was grafted in 2022. Look, it's already so thick.
Grafting is the most common breeding method for woods. But a big concern is hidden behind the delightful fruits.
These varieties were introduced from abroad. They have been carefully selected from the fine trees, but they can degrade over time, like being infected with diseases or other forms of degradation.
To avoid variety degeneration, Zhang has tried to cultivate saplings with seed since a dozen years ago. But new problems followed. The olive seed germination was unstable. Even though the seeds were from the same tree, the samples turned out different.
Look at this tree. It's very strong. It looks nice. But the others aren't. Like this one. This tree is grown out of the seed from the same tree. Look at it. It doesn't show any economic traits. Trees showing cultivable traits account for 20% of the total. And maybe less than 1% can form a variety. That's 1 out of 20%. So, it'll take more than 10 years to breed a new olive variety. It's very hard.
Despite the difficulties, over more than 20 years, Zhang still has selected and bred 12 fine varieties.
Just cut this off.
Highly resistant to diseases, high yielding, and rich in oil content. They're grown in Sichuan, Yunnan and beyond, with a planting area of 500,000 mu. Meanwhile, 4 seedling varieties are being assessed for the National Fine Variety Evaluation. Since the first tree was planted, Zhang has introduced 237 fine varieties, including 186 foreign ones. This base is also confirmed as National Olive Germplasm Resources Off-Site Repository. To cultivate self-owned varieties, the base set up a research team with Xichang University. They collect samples, establish a database, and screen out good genes.
Now our job is to use these germplasm resources to cultivate our own new, fine varieties.
As autumn wind blows, it's the harvest time for olives. This batch of harvested fruits is green and only 70% ripe. At this stage, they're richest in flavor substances and antioxidants that are good for health. It's a good time for harvesting, and the moment when the olive's quality is the best. The riper the olive fruit, the higher the oil content. However, the oil yield and flavor substances can't be acquired at the same time.
Its oil yield may be 1 or 2% lower, but the quality is way better. It's rich in polyphenols, hydroxytyrosol and unsaturated fatty acid.
The picked olive fruits are quickly transported to the pressing workshop.
Morning pick, noon press, afternoon pick, night press. It has to be quick.
The whole pressing process is done by machines. No chemical substance is added. The temperature is strictly controlled. This is the extra virgin olive oil. The cold-pressed olive oil is deemed as premium. The shorter the time taken, from picking to pressing, the higher the quality can be. 5 hours later, the first batch of olive oil is made.
You can try the oil we made.
The color is nice. As to texture, it has a scent of grass and a rich aroma of apple. It's basically the same as the olive oil I tried abroad. That's to say, China can also produce our best olive oil.